Hi folks, today I can show you the first leaked images of the new Nikon Zr cinema camera that will be announced tomorrow. Today is September the 9th. I can also discuss the full specs of the Canon C50 that probably by the time you're watching this video has been announced or is close to the announcement. So I will have pre-order links in the description box. Click on them to see the full specs, and also share some more specs of the OM 50 200mm 2.8 Pro lens that will be announced also tomorrow, September 10, and then also give you some more discussions about what I think about those new products and about the upcoming Sony FX3 II and Sony A7 V. Before we kick off, a quick reminder to subscribe to the channel, hit the notification button to not miss any of the upcoming rumors. So folks, first of all, make sure to follow Toe's website to get all the updates on the new gear that is going to be announced or has been announced, because there's a ton of stuff and I'm not going through all of that in this video, would be too long. But today we can talk about the C50 and the Nikon Zr particularly. The C50, at the moment of recording this video in 5 hours from now, so 3 p.m. Berlin time, Canon will announce, or if you're watching it later, has announced the new Canon C50 camera, and in the description box below I have the pre-order links at VH Photo and so forth. You can check the images, full specs, and all the stuff you want to know. Those are affiliated links. If you click on them and pre-order, I get a small commission. You don't pay a cent more, so it's a nice way to support my channel if you appreciate what I've done in the past weeks. But the C50, coming to the specs, I think is a great camera, superior to the current Sony FX3. It is more bulky, it's bigger, but it's more customizable and has more functions than the Sony FX3 for the same price. So let's go over the specs that at this time, 5 hours before the announcement of the C50, are 100% confirmed. It has a 32 megapixel full frame sensor. It shoots 7K internal RAW at 50 frames per second, 4K 120p uncropped, 2 base ISO of 800 6400, open gate, no IBIS, 14 configurable buttons, no built-in NDs. It takes one CF Express Type B and one SD card. There is also a new XLR handle with record button and digital zoom button. The price is around 4,000 euros. So I recorded this video ahead of the announcement. At the time of the announcement, the pre-order links will be live and we will know the exact price. So, but that's the ballpark. It's basically the same price of the Sony FX3. But in my opinion, this camera is superior in terms of features and also customizable functions. It's a workhorse, it's thicker, so it's bigger and heavier than the Sony FX3, but it will do stuff that the FX3 cannot do. So hopefully Sony will take note and release a FX3 too soon, because I know from trusted sources the development has been finished. So probably they're waiting what Canon and Nikon tomorrow are doing before to release the Sony FX3 II. Moving on to the Nikon, we have the first images of the Nikon Zr camera. Those are low resolution images, so sorry for that, but at least it confirms the camera is real, and you can clearly see it's much thinner than the Canon C50, so closer to the Sony FX3 when it comes to the dimensions. It uses a 24 megapixel partially stacked sensor of the Nikon Z6 III, shoots 6K all intra, it has IBIS unlike the Canon C50, and it takes one SD and one micro SD card. The announcement will happen tomorrow, September 10 at 8:30 Berlin time. That's the time I've been told, so that will be 2:30 New York time, and make your own calc of the time zone where you live, but that's when we're getting Nikon Zr. It's too early for me to have an opinion about the Nikon Zr because the specs are little known as of yet, so all I got is this. Still, I was the only one to be able to get some specs, so at least on my channel you hear about the Nikon Zr first and also the images. So stay tuned tomorrow on my websites to follow the Nikon Zr announcement so that we can have a full opinion of this camera. But so far, let me know what you think about the Canon C50. I think it definitely outperforms the Sony FX3. Keep also in mind the FX3 is a couple of years old, so Canon is late to the party, and they obviously had to match or outperform the Sony FX3. Now let's talk quickly about the L-mount cine camera, because there was a rumor about the German YouTuber testing an L-mount cine camera potentially, but we didn't get anything else. And according to my sources, there's still no Lumix announcement ahead. So unless this is a very secret announcement from Lumix, there might be no Lumix L-mount cine camera at all. So I'm very skeptic about getting an L-mount cine camera this week, although that's what the German YouTuber hinted, but maybe he made a mistake or we misinterpreted something. So keep in mind that this is still not certain. Also, when it comes to DJI, I think by now there's a 0.01% chance that they will announce an L-mount full-frame cine camera. What's definitely true, like I told you before, the Sony FX3 II has to come, and according to one of my sources, the development has been finished, so this camera is actually potentially ready for an announcement, and it has to be match equally as good, so match the performance of the C50 or be much cheaper than the C50 to make it worth considered if you are going to invest in one of the two systems. I still don't have an opinion about the Nikon Zr. Maybe it has some kind of super features that we don't know of, so let's see tomorrow. Now, moving on, two more news. First of all, by the time you're watching this video, the Sigma lenses have been announced, the 135 1.4 2200mm travel zoom lens and 35 1.2 second generation. So I have also the pre-order links of those lenses in the description box. Click on it to check out the specs, images and so forth, and also if you want to pre-order, again, that would be very helpful for my channel. Moving on, there's one more lens coming tomorrow, September 10, a half an hour before the Nikon Zr announcement. That will happen at 8:30 AM Berlin time. So at 8 AM Berlin time, when Digital will announce the 50-200mm 2.8 Pro Zoom lens, I have the full specs of this lens here, so pause the video if you wanna take your time to read through all those specs. But the important thing about this lens is that this is the first lens designed by OM Digital. Finally, we are getting something that is truly new when it comes to lenses and also is not a rehoused Sigma full-frame lens for Micro Four Thirds, but this is their own design. And I've been told the image quality is really high, so the testers are happy. I've been told also that one of the aspects that I told you before was actually incorrect. It seems like it takes teleconverters, so maybe there was a miscommunication with the first source. Now new sources say it takes teleconverters. That's a good correction. That's about it. We have all those announcements. The Canon C50, the Nikon Zr, the Sigma lenses and the OM Digital announcement. That's all confirmed. Like I told you before, as of now, I'm really not sure we're getting an L-mount cine camera, but what I'm sure about is that Sony FX3 II announcement might be happening sooner because of the C50, and what I'm really sure is the Sony a7 IV will be the next alpha full-frame camera coming, and about that I promised you a long time ago I will make a ton of rumors after all those announcements. So on this channel you will have plenty of fun time and exclusive news in the upcoming weeks, okay? So again, first of all, like this video to help me in the YouTube algorithm. Then of course subscribe if you haven't done it so far, and hit the notification button to make sure that you get notified when a new video is online. And again, if you have rumors about the stuff that is coming after all that busy cine gear, so that means the Canon R6 Mark III, the Sony a7 IV, hopefully also Sony FX3 II, then send me info using this email address and contact form. Every info you find on the web or you hear from somebody helps to get to a better picture. And that's really it, folks. I'm excited about the C50. I always like when companies raise the bar and others have time to catch up or invent some new features to make their camera even greater and more appealing. So well done by Canon. Hopefully also Nikon will be a great camera. And yes, OM Digital is alive. Have to be happy for this, okay? Folks, that's it for today. See you soon.